Congratulations on your awards. Can I have some? That's a lot. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Cho, and before you today, I am your valedictorian. First, I would like to say how honored I am to stand before you all and give you this speech, especially to my teachers, family, friends, of course, fellow graduates, and my dear loving parents. When I heard that there was a vote for who would give the graduation speech, I automatically wanted to be the speaker. Then, when I was voted as the valedictorian, the first thing I did was look up what valedictorian actually meant. And here is what Google has to say what a valedictorian is. A student who has the highest academic ratings in the class. Who gives the year-ending speech. And also, I would like to point out that a valedictory means a farewell, a goodbye, or a parting to the students. But I thought, is it really to the students? I'm looking at you now, parents and teachers, but I realize that we, the graduates, are actually saying goodbye to you. Not in a mean way, of course. But that's what a graduation is. It's saying goodbye and thank you for the hard work. But in the end, it's still saying goodbye. We are men and women now, even though, don't laugh. We are men and women now, even though it may feel like just yesterday when you sent your kids off to their first day of school. Now, we're going to be walking out into the real world by ourselves. We may be staying at your house for a little while. We may leave this summer. We may leave in September, or for some of us, I guess we'll leave in 10 years. But nonetheless, we're leaving now. Over the past 12 years, I have been dreaming that I was standing before you and giving you this speech. And now, the dreams have become reality, where I would stand before you all, and I would get to say the words that the grads have been waiting to hear over those past 12 years. 12 long, hard, and painful years we have gone through. But I have been thinking, what are these words? Before, I said goodbye, but I realized it's not just goodbye. The words that we have been wanting to hear are hello. It's hello in a new way. A way that we have never said hello before. But now, as adults, we can say it with honor and with dignity. The words now echo in pride as we say hello. I am a graduate of University Hill Secondary. I am an adult just waiting to show you my potential to the world. This day, June 11th, marks the definitive end to a chapter, and thus the beginning of another. And now, after 12 years of spoon feeding, we, as a whole, will determine if the story of our lives will be the bestseller. As I look back, it feels like it was not long ago when I first came to Vancouver, thinking that there were going to be white people in this country. It doesn't feel like it was long ago when I took my first steps into the old, stinky University Hill Secondary, thinking that I was going to be greeted in English when I was actually greeted in Chinese. And then I responded in Korean. One of the smallest yet most memorable moments was when I learned my first words in New Hill. Ni hao ma. I also remember, like it was yesterday, when I screwed up my first grade 8 test and thought, oh God, my life is over. I'm gonna get beat. Then I remember when I looked upon those menacing looking giants we call grade 12s and pondered when will I grow to be that tall? And to this day, I still wonder when I will be that tall. But one thing I remembered solely was what these grade 12 students were. They were the brains of the school. They were the athletes of the school. They were the leaders of the school. They were what made University Hill Secondary the best public school in British Columbia. Simply speaking, they were the symbols of University Hill Secondary. And I got to thinking that time, looking at my peers and myself, would these peasantly grade 8s ever be as great as they are? And now, as a grade 12, I can tell you this: no. No, we are not as great as those grade 12s were before. We are far greater than they ever were. University Hill Secondary, we have undergone circumstances and challenges that no other grad class has and ever will. I have witnessed students who have come from a foreign land and after months of struggling and studying, they can speak English fluently. I have witnessed students who have picked up fitness and went to the gym every day to get fit. I have witnessed students who decided that they wanted to become artists, so they practiced art with sleepless nights to get into one of the best art schools. As a graduating class, we have understood how to stand up for ourselves. We have learned how to learn. We have been taught not so much what to think, but how to think. But most importantly, we have learned how to strive. And we have been waiting for this day. And now is the time we are graduating. And now is the time the graduates say goodbye to one another. Teachers. For many of us, the teachers have been our second parents. They have dealt with us when we acted stupid or smart, when we were sick or healthy, annoying, mostly annoying, and joyful. Some of you may not realize this because you have not spent time talking and planning with the teachers after school as I did. Teachers who made the events and extracurricular activities possible. I have learned after many hours, that in fact, they are decent people. They have nurtured us and went beyond their duties as teachers to make sure that we will succeed. Whether it is from coaching and sponsoring clubs to hearing us whine endlessly about how the teachers plotted to have all the tests in one day, they stood by us. It will be surely impossible to forget you all. And that's the graduates. Goodbye to the teachers. But today is not the day that only the grads have been waiting for. The parents. The parents have been waiting for this day far longer than any of the graduates here. They have sacrificed so much for us. To them, the similar happiness and rush of emotions from the day that their child was born meet them here again today. For them, it must seem like not long ago when their child just took their first steps. But today, your children are graduating here before you. Now, we all say goodbye to one another. But don't forget, this is the day of the good goodbye and the new hello. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Your words will not be forgotten. The humor either. We have now, ladies and gentlemen, come to the end.